Hello and welcome to Lobjit Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So we had the dev stream for June earlier today on the 12th of June, and they covered a lot of interesting things. Mostly they focused on the stuff that is coming in between June and July before the season, and also they shared some sneak peeks of season 3 content. And at the end they had a Q&A section where we had sent them questions earlier and they covered some of them. Okay, so what I'll do is, because this was a very long stream, I'll split it into two. In this first part, I'll cover all the things that are coming in June and July. So all the in-game events, all the updates and patches and changes to Descendants and whatever else is coming. And then in part two, I'll focus on season 3, all the sneak peeks they shared and the Q&A section, and just summarize that, because I don't want this video to be like an hour long, because the stream was very long, like 2.5 hours or something. So, but let's start first with a quick roadmap for season 3, which they shared here. So August 7 is when season 3 starts. This is going to be split into 2 episodes again. So we'll have season 3 episode 1 and then season 3 episode 2. So August, September, October for episode 1, November, December, perhaps January for episode 2. So in the first episode in August, on the 7th of August, we'll get the new map Axion, we'll get Descendant Nell, we'll get season 3 episode 1 story, Wall Crusher, the big field Colossus, hover bike. I'll go into more detail because they said there'll be 3 different hover bikes. Void intercept battle, so this will be another variant of Hangman this time. Trigger module, so another type of module for Descendants. This is the one where they said they'll have like a passive change and something will happen. I think something like that. Ultimate weapon, near automata collab, and then quality of life improvements. Then we go to September. 4th of September is the update for the second major update, I guess. Launch and Ultimate Luna. Then we get Luna Descendant story and a new fellow. This was unexpected. This time we'll get a Husky, so very interesting. They have not mentioned anything about a new fellow up until now, so this is the first time I'm hearing, and Huskies are popular, so I think that will be fun. And then we'll have the October update, and we'll be finally getting the swords and a new dungeon and another variant of the Molten Fortress this time, so another Void Abyss boss. So yeah, plenty of content here. Now we move on to episode 2. They did not give us too much detail, but we have some idea. So there'll be another story for episode 2 in November. They did not give the exact date here. New dungeon, new Descendant. Now this is interesting. We have no idea who this new Descendant is, a brand new Descendant. We'll get something called Ancestor module, so another interesting thing. One-to-one module trade. I don't know what that means, but sounds interesting again. And another new collaboration with something. So I'll look forward to that. And then we have December. So we have another new dungeon, Ultimate Eugene's story, and another Void Abyss boss. And this time we have a Deathstalker variant. So some interesting content over the next 6 months. So I just wanted to mention this because everybody's looking forward to this. Now what I'll do is I'll cover the stuff in the June and July update. And first I'll start with the in-game events. Now there will be several in-game events, but I wanted to first mention the pre-registration event they are holding on their website. So we've already registered that. If you haven't heard of this, basically go to the website. I'll put the link below. Register your email. They'll send you a code for a normal Descendant. So there'll be a box with the normal Descendants, and this will not have Anais, Serena, and Keelan, but any of the others, you can grab one of them. If you have all of them, you can take 10 million gold and I think a similar amount of Kuiper. So you can pick something if you already have the Descendants. And then depending on how many people register, they'll be giving away more rewards. We have already received the 50k rewards. And if we get up to 1 million, we'll get more stuff. If we reach 1 million, they'll send you a coupon that you can use in season 3 to pick one of the 3 ultimate Descendants between Ultimate Viesa, Ultimate Ajax, and Ultimate Lepic. So these are the starter Descendants when you start the game. They're giving the ultimate variants of these guys if they reach 1 million pre-registrations. Seems a bit difficult right now, but who knows. So this will be the event that is currently active. And then we'll have 4 more events over the course of June and July. Now the first event, this is a long-term daily login event. And this one is called Burning Summer Attendance. So this will run from the 19th of June, when this next week, next Thursday, and all the way up to 28th of August. So well into season 3. And basically you'll get different rewards, skins, and things like that. and at the end you will get a twisted warship, I think this was called, this skin for Anais, a variant of that. So this one I think nobody has because Anais wasn't out when they had this skin. Not the biggest fan of this skin, but it's a free skin, and you'll get weapon boxes and things like that. They also mentioned that if you miss a few days here and there, they have something that will help you catch up if you missed a few days or something like that. So this will be a long-term event. Hopefully, lots of rewards. I like the look of this skin. I don't know what gun this is, but it looks pretty nice. I would like to have that. So this is the first event, 19th of June until 28th of August. Now the second event is called Burning Summer Training. So this is basically your daily stuff where you log in, play for 30 minutes, clear 4 missions, stuff like that. And this will run from the 19th of June, again next Thursday, until the 3rd of July. So not for very long, but 19th June to 3rd of July. Again, you'll get daily stuff. You'll get Kuiper shards, metal fragments, gold, some makeup for the guys, these guys here, anniversary tokens, crystallization catalyst, and you can use these anniversary tokens. I'll mention that. And then 2 million gold, 3 million gold. So every day you jump in, clear a few intercepts, play some missions, play for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever. And so this is the second event. After that, we have Anais' first anniversary gift shop. So the tokens and stuff that you get, you will be able to go and trade them for useful items. So this will run from the 3rd of July, so when the other one ends, and until the 14th of August. New season starts on the 7th of August, so 1 week into the third season, you will be able to redeem the stuff that you got, spawn, animations, back attachments, things like that. I like the spawns and the emotes myself. I'm not a big fan of the back attachments or the chest attachments, but I do like some of the things they give you. UI theme is fun. I see a box for guns. I see a box for Descendants, some gold Kuiper. So this will be the first anniversary Anais shop. You also have crystallization catalyst and energy activators. And then there will be another one called Grab the Breakthrough. This will run from the 3rd of July until the 7th of August, so until the start of the new season. And this is an online event on their website where you get different rewards. They did not go into detail, but it seems like maybe they're giving away Ultimate Bunny again or something, or maybe it's just there. They did say like you can get art books and other merch and stuff, things like that. So token and in-game rewards. I assume like an ebook or something, probably not like a real physical thing, but yeah, that is the item here. So 4 events, 2 of them starting on the 19th of June, 2 of them starting on the 3rd of July. One will end on the 3rd of July, the 19th June event. One will run until the end of August. And then these 2 events, one will run until the start of season 3 and one will run a week into season 3. So those are the 4 events alongside the pre-registration event. All right, so that covers the in-game events. I wanted to mention them first because I wanted to get the useful items out first. And now the table of contents is how they structured this one. So I'll cover the 19th June update, 3rd July update. This is basically the same thing. And then I've already covered the events. Okay, and then season 3 I'll do in the next video. All right, the first thing they talked about is the external component augment core. Now they only used screenshots for most of these things, so it was a little difficult to understand. Plus this time they had the new community manager, so maybe it was his first time and there were some issues with the translation, I guess, because sometimes he was just talking in Korean and doing both the things. So a little harder to understand without examples, but this will be coming on the 19th of June, and this will give you more options for defense, basically, for your external components. Again, we don't really need this, and they also mentioned this, and we will be able to farm these from Sigma sector and I think 400% dungeons as well. I may be mixing them up, but yeah, this is like another mutant cell situation where you don't really need this now, but they have added this. So you could do a little bit of farming, but I don't think is needed as much. Next, they wanted to talk about the cores, and they have added the multi-hit chance and multi-hit damage to the cores. They took some feedback. They had asked people to, mention where they wanted this, and they decided to make another core. Basically, the red one we had, they split that and they added the multi-hit damage and multi-hit chance alongside the weak point, and the other one will have the crit rate and the crit damage. So making it easier for you to get these rolls instead of adding them to the same one and having 5-6 different options. So yeah, some guns have a good multi-hit damage. You can add multi-hit chance and damage. into one of the free slots and free cores, I guess, and improve that. So yeah, so there'll be some experimentation. So hopefully, and they're also going to reduce the cost of converting the cores and things like that. So this is getting some nice adjustments. Next, they are going to add the Ice Maiden difficulty, like a challenge mode. So there'll be like the normal Ice Maiden that we have, and they'll also have the challenge mode. This will be similar to the Void Erosion Purge challenge, where you do it once and you get like big rewards, and then you can do it again to get onto the leaderboards if you wanted. We'll see. I've already collected all the outfits and stuff, so we'll probably do it once or twice, and if people are interested, we could try it again. But yeah, this is just something to fill the time. They also mentioned that the Battle Pass, they're going to extend it until the start of Season 3 so that people can do it, because there isn't much else to do. I was hoping they would add a mini Battle Pass in between, but they decided to just extend this one. So yeah, it is what it is. I would have preferred another shorter Battle Pass with 50 levels or something, just to have something to do. Next, we are finally getting the toggle option on Serena's wings, and they've also added this option for Sharon and Jaber's sort of, Sharon has the metal plates around her jaw, and so does Jaber. So you can turn these off if you wanted, and same for Serena's wings. So yeah, this is a useful thing. A lot of people wanted this, and I think they should have done this from the start. Instead of just hiding the skins, you can choose basically if you want to have the wings or if you don't want to have the wings. Either way, it is something that should have been added, and is finally coming on the 19th of June. Next, they are giving you the option to reorder the presets. Again, this is well and good. You can sort of move them up and down depending on which of the Descendants you use. I really want more free preset slots. Well, not more free preset slots, because they haven't given any yet, besides the mastery level, because there are a lot of Descendants now, and some of them have multiple builds. So I would like to see either the price dropped drastically on these, or to give us some free ones in ETA or something, or in the battle passes or something like that. So hopefully they do that. But at the moment, you will be getting an option to reorder them. Next, they have made some very useful adjustments to the Void Intercept battles, the Colossus fights. So instead of having like 3 death counts for the entire team, they will be now personalized. So if you go into like a public match and there's one guy who's a little weak and constantly getting killed, it will not affect the others. Everybody will have their own personal ones. And if that guy keeps dying, they will be in the down but not out state until the end of the mission. And they've also reduced the countdown to 10 seconds from 15, I think. And also they have randomized the starting locations in the fight. Right now, we just start at the same spot. We run up to the Colossus, shoot at it. So they'll just mix things up a little bit. But yeah, the death count thing is definitely useful for some of the bosses. Next, there is another addition to the photo mode. So basically, they'll add stickers and stuff. Again, I don't really use photo mode. I don't even know what button it is to take the literal picture. So I don't know if it's like the Steam default one, or if there is another button, because I looked at it once and I just did not know how to use it. I'm also not really good with cameras and stuff anyway, so all the filters and things confuse me. But yeah, if you use this, they'll be adding more stickers and things and frames and on the corner, things like that. Next, they have the July update, and there are some really good updates here. I really like one or two of the adjustments they have made. First and foremost, they have reduced the stages of the Void Erosion Purge from 30 to 10. This is fantastic in my opinion, because when they first introduced Void Erosion, this is one of the things I said in my video, that we don't really need so many, because a lot of them are in the same map repeating over and over, and between 1 and 2 there isn't much of a difference. So reducing them from 30 to 10, I think this is much better, especially for any newer players. There'll be a reasonable challenge from 1 to 2, I hope, and there won't be so many useless stages, because right now most of us are just running 30 over and over, so there's literally no point for 1 to 29. This one should make things a little more interesting, and we'll still probably run the final stage, which should be 30. Well, not 30, will be 10 now. So stage 10 will be running it, and they said they will randomize the map for stage 10. So every day you will have different maps. Okay. And I think this is a good change, because you get bored running the same map over and over. So there'll be 5 different maps and it will rotate between them, but the faction will still be the same, the Legion of Darkness. Next, they have some core farming improvements. So now you can get the weapon cores from 400% dungeons as well as Sigma Sector. and the core crafting price will be reduced, conversion cost and things like that. So yeah, eventually if they have more ways of farming the same thing, it will be better. But you can still go to stage 30 or stage 10 as this will become to get the cores. That will be the most efficient way, but you can get it from other places as well. So it's good because you can do multiple things at the same time. So right now we are going to Sigma sector for the arcade tuning. We'll get the external components, we'll get leveling, we'll get cores. And so this is, I think, very useful. So we don't have to run multiple things for different items. And there'll be more balance adjustments. Now, this is very interesting because a lot of descendants are getting some changes. They mentioned 6 people, 5, 6. These people are getting some changes because at the moment they are not getting as much use as some of the others for farming, especially. So they wanted to bring them up to the level where they can also do some mobbing and stuff like that. So I think this is a welcome change, and it'll give us something to do. Like 5, 6 descendants getting adjustments. So yeah, July I'll be making the build guides as well. So yeah, something to look forward to. I think this is much needed. They're also going to increase the sprint speed cap. So right now 1300 is the limit, and they will be going to 1600 now. At the moment, 1600 is only available to Esimo in his 4th ability, and now others. I think Bunny can go beyond 1300 comfortably, because this was like the main reason for doing this, because everybody's now running at the speed of Bunny with the sprint cores and stuff like that on the guns. So they will give you an option for Bunny to go a little higher. I think this is a good adjustment, because previously what used to happen was we did not have the sprint score, so everybody was running at 800 and Bunny was running at 1200, 1300. So there was always bunnies running into the final dungeon and just getting ahead of everyone. Now most people can get to around 1300 and bunny will go a little faster. I think this is a good adjustment overall. And then July 24th there'll be a demo for season 3 and some more balance adjustments. They are looking at improving some of the guns to the level of the last dagger. So yeah, so they're keeping the guns useful as well, I suppose. We'll see how this works out. Obviously, these things take multiple patches to balance, because they might make certain things very powerful and certain things still weak, so things like that. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to the Descendant balance and the reduction and the randomization of the final dungeon. So now on to the July 3rd update. There will be a adjustment to Albion. So in front of ETA, they'll be making a sort of a infinity pool here. So you can see ETA over here. This is the Anais research lab. So over here where we have the second respawn point. I wonder where the entry point is going to be. Are we going to land inside the pool? Because we normally have, I've set this one to default right now. So are we going to land in the pool? Anyway, so this will be here. There'll be a lounge, there'll be some animations, and as usual, there'll be a new skin. So let me just go back here. This overalls, this common skin with the doggo, this will be coming on the 19th. And then the summer skins, another set of swimsuits, will be coming on the 3rd of July with the infinity pool and things like that. So let me just go ahead. So another set of swimsuits, common one for the guys as usual, individual ones for the females. The first one is still in the shop. I wasn't expecting another round. Honestly, I thought there'll be like a common one for the females, but obviously, where they make their monies, they'll be focusing on that. So yeah, if you're interested, you'll get these on the 3rd of July. And yeah, then they've talked about the season 3 update. So I'll just stick to what I covered for this one. And then in the next video, I'll try and cover all the sneak peeks they shared for season 3. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. Look out for part 2. I'll try and summarize the rest of it, hopefully before too long.